Now, if you've been struggling to lose weight without success, maybe it's not what you've been eating, but how much. But how do you know what is a decent portion for you? Well, Melissa Mallett has discovered some calorie-counting dishware.
Portion sizes now are probably 2 to 5 times larger than they were about 20 years ago.
Anne Armstrong knows all too well. She battled with her portion sizes for decades.
If the food's in front of me, I'll just eat it. And I don't have a cut-off button that says that's enough.
That was until she discovered a weight loss secret: mind over matter.
As long as my plate's full, I'm happy.
Anne's kept off an excess 10 kilos for 10 years by reducing her plate size and her portion amount.
The bulk of my plate is with vegetables now, but even with there I try and sort of be aware of my portion size there as well.
It's a concept dietitians are very aware of. Amanda Clark's even developed a special plate which shows us just how much we should be eating.
So this is a typical Australian meal. This is how much we should be eating to lose weight.
She works on the basis of,
if you just fill the base of the plate 2 centimetres deep with your quarter protein, quarter carbohydrate, half salad or other vegetables, you've got 350 calories there, which is the right amount for women to lose weight. If you fill out to the edge there, you've got 450 calories.
450 calories is the right amount for women to maintain their weight or for men to lose it.
So someone can definitely be satisfied on this size meal?
Absolutely. Now there are some tips though to help you to feel satisfied when you are cutting down, and the first real portion perfection strategy is to make sure that half of your plate is filled with vegetables or salad,
as they contain the least kilojoules. Amanda says we also have to think about what we're eating before we take a bite. The words around the outside of her plate are guides: presentation, variety, aromas, textures, temperature and flavours.
Then, with every mouthful, notice the texture, notice the temperature, notice all the different flavours in there. So sometimes imagine you took a mouthful and you didn't see what it was.
While the portion plate is a great idea, nutritionist Bianca Neves says it can be just as effective to switch from a dinner plate to an entree-sized plate at home. But she believes one of the biggest threats to our waistlines is the good old second helping. The solution: before you sit down, put all your leftovers into the fridge or freezer.
Preferably in individual portions so you can then reheat them without having to reheat in bulk. It just means that after you finish your meal and go back to the kitchen to clean up, there's not warm leftovers there to entice you to have seconds.
Don't let people serve from the table that encourages seconds, and slow down the speed of eating.
Sitting down at the table, not watching TV, just allows you to be conscious of how much food you're consuming and perhaps stopping before you eat everything on your plate.
Buy individual serves of your favourite foods,
like chips, ice cream or cookies, allows you to have just one single serve rather than eating from a packet.
And when eating takeout, don't upsize. Back to home, and Amanda has some brekkie advice. She says a common problem is different cereals have varying calorie concentrations.
By the time you add some yogurt or milk to that, we've actually got 700 calories in there. Now, if you swapped that 1 cup of cereal to a flakier type cereal like this one here, then you're actually shaving off 450 calories.
Amanda's book, Portion Perfection, gives a breakdown of the right quantities.
The right size for muesli is really this amount. This is a quarter of a cup of muesli, and that's equivalent to 1 cup of a flakier cereal.
Now, on its own, that doesn't look like a lot of muesli.
No, but once you add some yogurt and fruit to it, it comes up to be a really filling breakfast.
But the simple message in all of this:
by using a smaller dinner plate and having better representation of food on it, you've almost halved your calories.
Our weight loss success story, Anne, even has a few tricks up her sleeve.
So it's all white and everyone has the white plates, but I still have a white plate, but it's smaller and nobody knows.
So it's a sneaky way of doing it.
It is. You don't sort of get questioned, oh, how come you're having a smaller plate, or how come you're only having that much? Nobody knows.
There's some sneaky tips, aren't there?